Hello guys, welcome back to another coaching session. Today we're going to be looking at some Samira Top. This is the first session of a new premium bundle, so this will be a 4-video series, one over the next 4 weeks, one a week over the next 4 weeks. If you like the style of coaching that you see in these videos, pop down into the description, you'll see a link to my Fiverr page where you'll see the 3 packages that are available. The basic package is just a simple VOD review, won't go on YouTube. The standard package is what you see in these videos. And then the premium package will give you 4 standard packages for the price of 3. You'll get 1 a week over a 4-week period. So yeah, this is the first episode of the Samira Top series, and we'll see how much we can grow and learn on Samira Top over the course of 4 weeks. Samira Top's an interesting pick. You may have seen that I made a video on it recently because I've been trying to sort of understand the champion a bit better. But as far as coaching the fundamentals, I think it's going to be very similar to playing a lot of other range tops. I think there's going to be a lot that's going to be similar to the Varus Top series that you've seen. Range Top's quite popular at the minute, and there's a lot that you can min-max on it. So yeah, let's jump into the Discord call, and we shall begin. Okay. Hello?
Hello, mate.
Hello. Okay, Samira Top.
Yes.
What do you like about Samira Top? Why Samira Top? Let me ask you that.
Well, it initially came to be because I really liked the champion Samira. Then I realized that I really didn't like bot lane because I'm stuck with the support. And I'm terrible at mid lane, so that only left one solo lane.
Okay.
And it just kind of evolved into me really liking the playstyle. So,
Okay.
kind of accidentally stumbled upon it.
What do you think the pick's good at, and what do you think it's bad at?
It's probably really good at lane, bully, and then I personally play a lot of split push into claps with it.
Okay.
I think that's the strength. I think the weaknesses is definitely playing into more of a disengaged comp.
Yeah.
Where you're trying to run into them and they're just like, good luck.
Yeah, the more I've played of it, I feel like the champion it feels most similar to is probably Kennen.
Right.
Obviously, it's like physical damage, and it's kind of more backloaded than front. Like Kennen goes in instantly with the ult, whereas Samira goes in, stacks up the ult, and then uses the ult at the end. But
right,
at least in lane, it feels quite similar to playing Kennen. Especially with the E. Like, the E is your mobility spell that also gives you an attack speed steroid. That feels very Kennen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so what matchups do you like, and what matchups do you not like?
I really despise Poppy, Darius, and Cassante for the reason that they can just stop your dashes and your ulti all the time.
Okay.
As for the matchups that I do like, add on to that, Neela is the biggest bot lane counter as Samira, so this is going to be fun. I really do like the more squishy, ideally melee matchups, or just the ones that don't deal damage, stuff like Sion.
Sion seems like it would be a really good matchup. Looks like we're against
Yeah.
Gwen this game. What do you think of that matchup?
I haven't played much of it. I actually don't think I can win the stat stick with E level 1, because she probably starts E herself, then she gets a whole bunch of on hit and stuff.
Yeah.
I should, with Windwall, be able to beat her at level 6.
Yeah,
Emphasis
I think
on
the
should.
important thing is that you W the final ult, because that's the only really deadly one.
Right.
The middle one
Right.
kinda hurts. The first one does no damage at all. The middle one kinda hurts, and the last one does a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, I got bone plating for the first 2 anyway. So, should be fun on that. I'm running Absorb Life on your recommendation with Barrier, so.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we run out of mana into a melee matchup, because this is the first melee matchup I've seen.
Right.
I've played 4 games of Samira myself now, and every single one was against ranged top.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll have to throttle myself a bit, because I do notice that I Q a lot more than you do, because I just fling them, just kind of like a Mesriel.
I think we can get a lot done level 1, right? What's your plan for level 1?
Probably stand in the bush, check for invades.
Okay.
To start, Ivern never doesn't need leash ever, so Um,
What about like once we start in the yeah? I don't think you should ever leash a Samira top. To be honest, I would literally
yeah,
never
never.
leash. I think that goes for range top in general. Like I would never leash as Varus either. I would never leash as Kennen.
Right. I'm looking. She doesn't have Ignite, but she does have PTA. I'm not sure if I win the level 1. So I'm probably just gonna start Q. Try to get
I
lane
think you
dominance.
do, but how do you think I would play it?
How you would play it?
Like how do you think the level 1 should be played? As like I don't think this is too specific to Samira. I think it's very similar with like Varus, with
Well, you play your range first before
Kennen.
actually committing to it. Just
Yeah,
trying to auto a few
I think you can
times.
just get control of the lane by being ranged.
Right, she does bone plating, so that's a bit of a waste on her part.
Yep.
And I'm flinching, so that's good.
Yeah, that rune is literally useless against you, so that's nice.
Yeah. Um, I got nothing to block early on, so I'm gonna do Q, E, Q probably, or E, Q, Q,
Okay, yeah. That
then W.
sounds reasonable.
Get the extra ratio, the extra damage.
Does it lower the cooldown as well when you put a second point in Q?
Yes, yes.
Sweet.
A
Ah,
full
yeah.
second. Are we invading? Are we doing it?
No, I mean, if your team goes for it, I think you should go for it.
They're not. The Nautilus not moving.
Okay. Yeah, then
Yeah,
don't
if the
go if
Nautilus
not
was
doesn't.
ahead, then sure.
Okay, where do you want to stand right now?
I'm gonna stand at the bush.
Okay, and what's your plan if you see someone?
Probably either run back. It depends on who I see.
Yep.
If I see a whole bunch of people, then I'm just gonna walk farther away from them. I might. If I see Gwen, I'd probably just play my face check advantage, auto her a few times, and then just bully her.
I think, yeah, okay.
I'm still debating Q or E though, because if she walks into me now and I can just auto like 4 times and Q a few times, she's chunked. She can't reset anymore, or she needs it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas E is just like, I'm gonna kill you or I'm gonna die.
One of my notes open. 1 second. There we go. Okay, good. Good. Oh wait, that
I
skin
might
is
get
so
some.
cool. It shows your thing at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get that skin.
That's 30 quid. So if you got 30 quid spare,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Okay, I like that cute.
Cardinal sin of missing a minion. Ah, that's the wrong one.
Good, good. I like the spacing. Okay, she ghosted.
Oh, I'm lagging. Hold up. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the stream froze for me as well.
Yeah.
That's an awkward one.
Hold up. Let me fix that real quick.
Okie doke. That's a pretty
Close my
cheesy
browser.
gank by Diana, though.
I didn't
Kinda
see where
sad.
she was coming from. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Don't think you
Did
ever
she like
expect
flash
that
over the
gank.
wall, or
I have no
did she
idea. The
like?
stream froze for me. Like, she wasn't there, and then the stream froze, and when it came back on, she was there. So I
Yeah, it was a level 3 gank. I mean, I was kind of absolutely stomping the what's it called to the ground, but now I have Ivern waves under my towers, pushing into her. After I get this,
who got the kill there?
I'll check in a sec. Down it.
Okay, that's better for you. Probably more playable.
100%. Let me get a ward then.
Okay, what are you thinking
guess-
in this position?
You probably should let her push in actually.
Okay.
Try to hold. Try emphasis on try to hold it in front of our tower. Try to poke her then in
Do you
the
know
process a bit.
what's going to happen when she kills this wave?
Did she get 6 off of this?
Yeah. So that's one thing you need to be thinking about. Well, she should, unless Diana ended up taking a ton of XP. She should. Okay, not quite. Ordinarily, that would be her level 6 timer.
Right. She's walking up. Yeah, she's posturing for it.
Good, you got both of the XP that she was trying to zone you off, so she didn't really accomplish anything. There's a
Why is there
Janna in your
support
lane.
in my lane? Yeah.
But this is like such a weird time for her to be here as well. Like, unless she's gonna dive you, what's she doing there?
She might look for it.
Just catch the wave. Keep W for the third. Good barrier. I mean, this game is really cringe to play as top lane, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the enemy team are just sending it for you.
Eager. Yeah.
And you don't have teammates. Oh well, Ivan did something.
Yeah. We'll keep it at that.
Play safe top, lol.
Lamau. Well, at least the XP doesn't go to waste.
Yeah.
I guess. I would have preferred if he didn't hard push it, but bless his heart.
Gwen didn't get the
And
kill
then
again, right? We might have a window where we can fight. Yeah, I
shouldn't.
think we have a window where we can fight Gwen. You know why I'm thinking that?
I'm up in gold right now, and her
I
ult's down.
think you're, yeah, I think you're probably down in gold, but her ult's down. Whereas your ult is never down.
Go up to Samira. I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of this position because there's a Diana below me. And without barrier, I don't think I can 1v2 because Diana ulti. Yeah.
I think
I
that
don't
was
think I
winnable,
will.
but you kept stepping
Was
out
it?
of her W. Made it a little awkward
Yeah.
for you.
A tad bit. A tad bit. Let's see. So far down in the farm too, it's ridiculous. Those few missed waves off of the ganks were really
Yeah,
detrimental.
it was really, really brutal for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be fine if I get the scale. Really, and that one melee queues. Well, that's good. What do you have?
From this point on, you're just playing to survive until... I think you're fine if you E out and then W the third, or you W the second. I guess it's okay. Okay, no W on her. Maybe Ivan can kill her with Daisy.
Nope. That went to Narnia.
Why has he not got... Like, he has ult up, but he hasn't summoned Daisy.
I'm not sure, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Let's see. Bot lane's losing, that's a really good thing. Diana's bot side. What's your take on pinks, by the way? I never buy them in top lane.
No, I
I
don't
think
buy
they're
them.
just they're just a free hand over a gold. I'm of the opinion.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't think they really accomplish much, and you either can defend them and they accomplish very little, or you can't defend them and the enemy just takes gold up
Gets
from
30
you,
gold. Yeah.
and you spent 75 gold to give them 30 gold.
I was gonna say poor Ivan, but I don't think Ivan is that poor, to be honest. Never mind. Spoke too soon.
Yeah, this is a very rough game. Like the way that I don't think like there are obviously things you can do better. There's things we can
Right.
touch up on in VOD review, but a lot of it just came down to enemy jungle support doing like
Things.
especially the level 3 gank. I think those level
Oh,
3
that
ganks are
was
awful, and you should
yeah.
lose your entire jungle quadrant for doing it. Like Ivan should have just taken her entire bot side. But
Uh huh.
unfortunately, junglers don't play the game until maybe even master. Like people don't actually react to these cringe ganks. I think that's too much of a flip, and
My bad.
using W for
Yeah,
stacks
I wanted to get the stacks to
against
get move
Gwen.
speeds, but
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't have pressed ulti. Man. Hmm. Yeah, it really didn't help that I didn't see the gank either. The level 3 one. That would have been real nice. But I still think it's winnable. Their bot lane is so far behind, it's ridiculous.
yeah, it's definitely a winnable game. And I think a lot of what we talk about in this game will be how to like in a game where it's no longer about you, because if the enemy team decide like their jungle support decided to make this game not about you, so we'll maybe
The fuck are you planting? Oh, my bad. I'm terrible.
just ward it
I'm
first.
terrible.
It's fine. You're not gonna
Nope.
catch it.
Oh no, no. I think I might. I will eventually. Hmm. I don't know why I expected her to walk up like this. That's what I would have done at least.
Yeah, you could just ward it first and check.
Did I have a ward?
Yep.
I might have. Huh.
But yeah, I think very unfortunate level 3 gank. Very unfortunate dive that they did. And also,
Mm-hmm.
like the dive situation, I think you played it pretty well. Like maybe you could have played to hit level 6. We'll have a look in the VOD review.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just enemy jungle support putting you out of the game. But there's a lot we can do to make it more playable from there.
Yeah, my bad. That's too close. Ah, fuck. I'm playing so bad.
Okay, it's a hard game for you with how far you're put behind as well.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, it's a
the
good
good,
learning game, I guess.
yeah, the good thing is there's a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Not even so much in regard to what put us behind. Like I genuinely, I never play around that level 3 gank in top lane because it's so bad.
Neither do I. Yeah.
If you can live that, there's probably lines where you can live it using your flash and your barrier. Even if you live it and just reset,
Well, if I could play the game, I probably would.
It's massively not worth for Diana. Like, if she does that, she should lose her bot side camps every time.
Yeah.
But she just didn't.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hit tower.
Maybe it's kind of awkward on Ivan though, actually, because he has to like walk there and mark them and then wait.
I'm gonna get this tower and get the red buff, I think. Push this wave, get red buff. No. Yeah, she was just killing me before I could even block the third.
He ghosted and brought Janna top to kill a 0-5 Samira. Like, that's not...
Yeah, I'm not too stressed about it. Not too stressed about it. I might need more damage, to be honest.
Yeah, that item looks really good this game as well, with Neela, Yasuo, Janna, Gwen.
Exactly. I mean, if they want to send that many resources top, then my team is just gonna do team things, right,
it's not even just the number of people they sent. They used Gwen, ult, Ghost, TP.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, if they're losing 4v4, there's okay, playable.
I literally could move. Oh my god. I was pressing me arm more than you would possibly fathom.
Maybe
I was fucking spamming this. I was literally spamming everything. I was trying my absolute damn hardest. Believe me. What did I even get hit by? Because Diana ulti got used. Neela ulti got used, which I didn't get hit by. Yasuo ulti got used. What would you do here? Like, I'm debating just grouping with.
I would push top out and then try to group.
Okay.
Okay, I think just take the mid wave now. Just play off of waves is basically the mid-late game way of playing range top. Get your waves into positions where you don't need to be there, and then you can be somewhere else. Unfortunately, the super minion seems to be winning the 1v1 against you. You might need to move. You've been there ages.
I might just be too late anyway. Yeah. My team just lost that before I got there. Or was able to get there, I suppose. Well, this is a bit tragic, this.
Yeah, that is a very tragic game.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the game for you is completely lost at the play safe top moment. The level 3 gank, I think, is fine. You can live that.
I can live through that, but the fucking Janna with The Avenger top now is a bit
Yeah.
questionable.
Okay.
Well, yeah, this might go in the history books as the worst Samira game I've ever played. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think too much of it is your fault, honestly.
I mean, I did play pretty bad. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
but it's not like it was like, for example, that dive. You
Right.
have to play really well to
Right.
live
Yeah,
that.
I tried. I tried even getting the Gwen, but it
We'll look
wasn't
at how
meant
we
to be.
can try and live it. But I
Yes.
have got a list of things to talk about. Things that
But,
first we've got some things that are going to matter even when we are in a game that's like winnable, where we're like winning when we're ahead, and then we've got a lot of stuff to cover about like how to play from behind
right.
to stop it getting worse. Like if you can keep it even, then wait, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Screen one. So if let's say early game, right?
Right.
You've got 1,000 gold, and they've got 1,500.
Right.
Then they've got 50% more gold than you. Whereas if you can keep this if you can keep it the same, like just keep the same advantage, not let them stretch it, then it's now 2,500 versus 2,000, and now
Right.
they've only got 25% more gold than you. Which this is
Yeah, makes sense.
way more playable.
Way
So
better.
when you're
Yeah.
behind, going even is winning,
Right.
and we can look at some ways that we can do that.
Uh-huh.
So at the start of the game, we've got this. We're stood in the bush, right, and she walks in. I think,
Right.
in hindsight, after
Yes.
watching the matchup, I think that if we just click forward, we win.
Yeah, I was expecting her to eat into
So
me.
like this
That's why I
click,
clicked back.
this click is good, and then
Yeah.
I think you should go like this.
Yeah, I was.
And then if she goes
Yeah,
like
if I go
this,
into
you can go
melee.
like this. If she goes like this, you can go like this.
Right. Yeah, if
And
I
you
go
can
into
space
melee,
her
I get
out.
the on it. Right.
I don't think you even go into melee. You just like
Right.
if she her plan is probably to walk like this, or she's gonna walk
Yes.
like this. And if you walk to
Yes.
here, then if she walks up, you can keep walking up and like kite her up. And if she walks down, then you can just auto her and Q her and move down.
Okay.
If you get what I mean. Whereas if you look at this,
Clicked back. Yeah.
it does. I mean, it's fine for now. Also, I think you click back for too long. That's one thing that you can start trying to implement. Is like, you look here. So I don't think this is bad. But now click forward again. You see here?
Right.
Whereas you're still moving back. But it's okay, we got a nice chunk. So given that she's got no bone plating, and we got a nice chunk,
I
think you can play way more aggressive than you did. So I would already here. Wait, where are we? I would stop.
want to see.
I don't know why the wave is looking like this. I think it's a rewind bug. But I would start hitting this group.
Right. I was
Because
debating
we're
it.
gonna play for level 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can always play for level 2 as Samira. Like there's not
Yeah.
many matchups where they can completely
Yeah.
zone you off level 1. And that's the same thing we're doing on Vax. See, we haven't hit any minions yet. Whereas we could have like nearly killed one by now. And then I would have liked this auto if you got it off. Unfortunately, you didn't. You can look for a Q through here, maybe. No, it's fine. That's good. I like this. I like this backstep, and then see what she does. And then now I would try to click back in. So
Right.
what the concept that I would, yeah. So the easiest way to illustrate this concept is that here, when we auto her, this is good. This distance is good. So if we imagine a rope is tied around your feet,
Yep.
like this. So the rope has no slack, right? The rope, it's a set length. So if she, what I can do is here, this is good because like it's the same. Whereas this, you see how this is
Right.
Like you want to be here right now. So
The rope broke.
what you're doing is you're waiting for her to turn around, and some of it is kind of prediction, but a lot of it's reaction. You're waiting for
Right.
her to turn back around, and then you're going to turn around and auto her again. And then if she turns around, then it's like when she clicks back, you click back. When she clicks forward, you click forward. That's what you want to practice.
I'm an old man, Tom. I don't have reaction time. I'm a right 21 years of age.
You'll be fine. That's what you want to practice. I like this Q because it hits 3 minions. So here, what do you think my goal is here?
This is let me count minions. Second wave, first wave.
This is first wave.
First wave. Probably get these. Oh, you can't see my cursor, can you? Get the melee creeps and then walk up for harass. Because now I got more minions than she does, and block her from getting these melee creeps.
Yeah, you can try to do that. I'm more focused on just killing the wave because I want to get this level 2 first. You see, she's hitting the wave a lot. She's actually catching up in the push. Now, part of this is because of level 1.
Right.
How do you think I would play for level 2 here? Because I think from here we can still get level 2 first and then EQ on her head and just absolutely destroy her.
You'll probably be upper nose here. Be more forward. Like you probably position in between those range creeps.
I would walk up more, but the main thing that I want you to get you thinking about is that for level 2 here we kill this and this. We can just ignore this one.
You don't need that one. Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm going to kill this, and then I'm going to kill this, and then I'm going to EQ on her head.
Right. Probably E auto, Q auto. But yes.
Yeah, that works too. E auto, Q auto works.
Sorry.
So here, like, I would already be hitting this creep. You know what I mean? Whereas we give her so much time that she actually gets her own level 2 at the same time. So much, like, we could have such an advantage here, right as we hit level 2. The other thing is that, like, again, like you said, I would be standing somewhere like here and last hitting it this way, rather than here you're standing here and last hitting it this way. Like, when you have pressure, last hit backwards is kind of the...
Yeah, but I'm just scared of the minion damage, because minions are literally Thanos this early on.
All you have to do for that is that instead of positioning here and shooting her, just position here and shoot her, and then just go into the bush.
I suppose. Yeah. I always forget.
So play towards the top side of your lane. And that would have given us a huge advantage.
Right, because the trade here is actually not too bad for her, because she has the...
No, I think this trade is really good for you.
Well, yeah, I won it, but I could have killed her. Probably.
This is good. We're keeping the rope the same length. Good, yeah, good. And then she has to ghost away. So now, as soon as she ghosts away, right, you're not going to be able to kill her anymore.
Right.
What do you think I want you to do?
Hit the wave.
Yeah, exactly. Why do I want you to hit the wave?
Because it's pushing, and then I have minion advantage. Because now, then it's going to be like in her sweet spot, but she doesn't have ghost. She's low HP, so she can't contest it. Meaning I can crash the wave. She has to reset TP back. And
what's even more important than wave state right now?
Pressure?
No, I'll give you a tip.
What would that be? Oh, it's level 3.
Yeah, level 3.
Oh shit, level 3. Yeah, because it's the
so now,
second minion.
How the play pattern of range top in the early game is use range. So step 1, use range to get control. We use that to get to level 2, okay? And then we use level 2 to punish, which keeps control. So we kind of did that here, right? I mean, if she was level 1, it would have been even better, but we were stronger at level 2. We got control again. So once you've got control, you repeat this step where we use the control to get level 2 advantage. We use the control to get level 3 advantage. And then with this level 3 advantage, we can use that. Oftentimes it's going to be we use level 3 advantage to crash the wave. And then from there, we have options.
Right. Makes sense.
So here, just, I mean, the Q's fine, but kill minions. Play for level 3. And then Diana comes in. You just flash on you or what? So here, just
here
flash.
I lagged.
Okay,
here I could not see anything.
Yeah, the stream froze for me as well. I couldn't see anything either.
Right. So I'm gone here.
What you should do here is just flash.
Yeah, flash. Just flash up. Yeah. I agree with you. And I was back here.
You can tell by the fact that you just completely stopped moving. Also, maybe if you...
I wanted to eat a tower.
Yeah, if you eat the Gwen, you're fine. But again, I feel like you're kind of panicked as a result of lagging. Like, you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, here I'm back. I'm like, what the fuck?
You just eat her, and that's fine too. If you live this, it's huge. But unfortunately, you don't. And then here, Gwen could just not push, and you would be completely fucked. But she does push.
Because it would be frozen for her. Yeah. Also, that fucking going clear, she started the wolves. So it was deliberate. She wanted to, like, level 3 gank me. Weird.
I think you starting wolves when you're solo, like not leashing, is also just good on champs with AoE. It's like the same as starting chickens on bot side.
I agree, but why?
Okay, so from here, we're behind. How much XP are we behind? Quite a bit actually. But what's the plan here? How do we play from this position?
Let's see. Is the next one wave a cannon live? By chance?
It is, but I'm not really bothered about whether it is or not.
Right. My idea was then just slow push this one, and then with the cannon wave, you just hard push.
Okay.
Or do you do like a 2-wave stack and then push?
Yeah, I would look to slow push 2 waves and then crash. And then what can we do? What can we do from the second wave onward? What would I be looking to do here?
Grubs aren't up yet. You probably get a reset off, get some stuff.
I'll zoom forward because we've identified that we're going to slow push. This is good. It denies this melee minion of XP.
Right.
It should deny this one too, and maybe it denies this one. I don't think it does. Nope.
No, it doesn't.
But we denied 2 melee minions, so we're caught up a little bit in XP. So from this, we'll get our level 4 right there, and from here we're kind of.
Is it the pressure thing again?
We're kind of even in strength. She's got a amp tome on us, but I think with our minion wave, we're probably still stronger.
I get a refill. But is this the part where you want to pressure again?
Is trading good or bad? Let's say this happens, right? We fight. These two fight. This health bar goes here. This health bar goes here. Is this good or bad?
I'm leaning towards good because I'm crashing the wave and resetting anyway, so the health doesn't really matter as much for me as it does for her because she has to catch and then push out.
Exactly. That's exactly the concept, yeah. So if we just trade, especially after this wave, because this is the wave we're going to crash on, right? The next one?
Right.
So now, if she ever walks anywhere near me, I'm just going to hard trade. Like here, if she walks into E range, I'm going to E on her head. Straight away.
Yeah,
like
I
here,
probably
just
should
E
have
on
E
her
on
head.
the melees. Yeah, E through the melees because there's a bit of AoE damage.
I think you could just E her here. You're in range. She's got no Q stacks as well, but just E on her head and fight her. And just, because, like I showed before, if we trade like this, and then you back, then the trade is actually like this.
Right. It's half and I'm full.
Yeah.
Right.
So on these push-outs, this is like the best time for you to trade, which means that it's also the best time for you to get ganked. But I would also never ward here, and the reason I would never ward is because of what Diana did level 1. Like, there is literally no way she can possibly be top. But in general, like, it's going to be your slow pushing 1, and then on 2 you can look to trade, but you're still slow pushing it, and then on 3 you're just going to go all in.
You're sending again.
You just, like, whatever health you've got left, just use it. Think of it as a resource.
Right.
And while you're doing this, it's nice to have a ward here because you're completely fucking sending it. Like, it helps a lot. So I think we could have gained a lot of momentum back by doing that on these waves.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm slow pushing here rather than Q in the back.
Because now if we look at gold, right? You could get double longsword on your base and then come back and you're playing in a good wave state after a good trade. She might TP and it'd be like, you know, you'd both be full HP, but at least then you've got double longsword and you're not down in items anymore.
Right.
Because if she base TPs now, she's buying what? Maybe a second amp tome, so it's going to be double amp tome versus double longsword. It's basically even. So you could that would be like the best line of play for those 3 waves, and that's on range top. Pretty much always how you're going to play it. On the contrary, now we've got a slow push into us, right? So here I'm not really bothered about the ward here because the wave's coming to us. Also, she's got XP advantage. So I was thinking we're not that far behind in XP, but we are. I was expecting her to get level 6 off of this wave, but she just about didn't. But this is the wave, this one here. It's the one we've not got. It's the one before the cannon wave. So the cannon wave's the next one. The one before it, if she's got all the XP, then this would give her level 6. But I guess I thought that maybe the kill on you would have given her enough XP to make up for those 2 melees she missed on this pushback.
Right.
But it didn't. So she doesn't get level 6 because of those 2 melees.
Mm-hmm.
What's your goal here as Samira? There's only one thing I'm really concerned about. While Gwen, the expectation is that Gwen is pushing into you. I mean, the wave is pushing, and Gwen is going to last it. So there's no way for her to avoid pushing here.
So Gwen wants to do what I needed to do last wave, which is slow push into me and then just trade her life away.
Yeah. So
I need to be careful of her 6 timer.
Yeah. So what do we want to avoid at all costs? What? I'll give you a clue. It's what we wanted to do to her last time.
What, the all-in or the crash?
We just want to avoid losing HP.
Right.
Because then we're in a position where she can reset and come back with full health, and we've got to push this out on low HP, which is a really, really bad situation to be in, and that's the position that I would... Like, imagine this Gwen here, you're like here with this wave, you're on your way back to lane, and she has to try and crash this wave in time, otherwise she's stuck in lane at low HP against Samira, who's just come back with 2 extra longswords.
Right.
That's a much worse situation than the one we're in right now, and we really, especially when you're not running TP, you really don't ever want to be put in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that you do need to bear in mind in this situation, it's good that you got that last hit. She didn't really pressure you on it. She might pressure you, but if she's pressuring you, just play on XP range. So this is good.
Right.
Did you miss XP there, actually? I think you missed XP.
Did I? Oh, that's a rookie mistake then, if I did. They tend to be not too bad at tethering XP range.
I missed it again. I wasn't watching. One sec.
Oh, it's on the melee or in the range?
Okay, no, maybe you get it. Hang on, let's watch. On this melee here. It's kind of... Yeah, I think you get it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, you got it just about. So that's good. Make sure you're getting all the XP, and she's going to slow push. Okay, we get that XP, we get that XP. Now we're coming on to the dive, right? So,
yeah, whatever the fuck this was.
Do you remember I said this is a weird time for Janna to be here unless they're planning to dive you? Now, what's your first mistake?
Trading.
Yeah, you lost HP.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to lose HP on these pushes into you. Like, this does literally nothing for you, trading here. Yeah. It just loses you HP for no reason.
Yeah, if I saved that HP in the bone plating, I would have lived here.
Yeah.
100%.
So here, this ward's good because it covers the dive.
Right, and I probably should place it in the bush. But...
Now we know we're being dove. And we know we're being dove from, like Janna's wrapping around, you know, and Diana is probably with Janna. So where would I stand here already?
Probably hug the wall. Like the north wall.
Yeah, like up here is good. And like over here, this side of the tower, the far side of the tower. Because if Gwen wants to just walk in and 1v1 you under your tower, that's not going to work very well. And the other thing is, like, try to hit the minions here. Because we're trying to get level 6. So just hit as many minions as you can. Because here you have to E back into your tower.
Right.
Whereas you could just be under your tower anyway and still have your E.
Right.
Pretty solid W here. I think you could just also flash it, but we barrier. And again, just stay under the tower here. Like, I get that you're trying to maybe kill Gwen, but just stay under the tower and catch XP and stuff.
I thought I would have died if I stayed under the tower.
You will die, but you're going to die anyway. It's like it's about getting the most while you're dying.
Get the most XP.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And maybe you can hit level 6 and the level up saves you and, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
Because you already have some stacks, right? You could maybe ult and clear more minions. How many stacks do you have here? You're on 3, 4, 5. You're on 6 stacks, actually. So if you get level 6, you can ult.
I need about half that way.
I think you just need this cannon and 1 more minion, honestly.
Oh, so if I just stayed and just queued that? Because I barely get cannon, I think.
I think a melee minion might do it. But again, you could kill a lot of these back creeps as well from the start.
Right, yeah. If I were just queuing them.
So when you're getting dove, you can think about killing the creeps.
Yeah. No, fair point.
And then, yeah, here, I think this melee just gets you level 6, and then maybe with the health and pressing R, you can kind of live a bit longer, catch a few more minions. Again, this is like Diana and Janna deciding that your game is over. And your job is just to do like get as much as you can while this happens. Very unfortunate situation for you, but okay. Next thing I wanted to talk about. We'll move on from that. This component is absolutely dog shit.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, don't ever buy this. If we look at what you had, I think you were very close to having triple longsword.
Oh, right.
You could just buy pickaxe. Pickaxe is fine. If you feel, yeah, you can't afford. Oh wait, no, you got the assist. If you feel like here, this wave's going to be gone by the time you get back anyway, right? So you're going to come back to neutral wave. So you could wait for the 26 gold to get triple longsword, or you could just buy pickaxe. I think I would potentially, because the wave's going to be gone anyway, I'd probably just wait and get the triple longsword, but generally I would just buy pickaxe. 5 AD is just better than 10 haste on Samira.
Right, don't I have enough for like pickaxe longsword, by the way?
No, that would be like 1250, is it? Yeah, 1250. You have...
Is it? Oh, it is. Actually.
Yeah. I mean, pickaxe longsword is a really good base. If you just get as many longswords as you can in pickaxe when you build in Eclipse.
Right.
That's the best build order. Yeah, so here, like, you see how you wouldn't really have missed that much for waiting the 20 gold, because you need to push out anyway, and then having the extra stats is going to help you push out. So here we're in that situation again. This is where I thought that we could trade quite heavily with Gwen, because she doesn't have ult, and we're going to hit our level 6, and we're in... Do you recognize this wave state? It's like the exact same wave state we were in when I wanted you to hard trade before.
Right. And now grubs are up. Or are they? Jungle's fighting at least. Right, so that
So
I
like
should
here,
not have
I
let
think
her
you
have
should...
this.
Yeah, you should just be fighting her. Obviously Diana's here, and maybe that could backfire,
I was
but
scared of the Diana, but...
You do kind of need to do something from here.
Right.
I feel like you're far enough behind that it's like, this is your window to do something. Probably just go for it. Also, this is definitely a winnable fight from this position. If we look at how this plays out, right? She dashes on you. What do you think what do you think I'm ready to do here as Samira?
Well, you're ready to W the ulti. But
There's no ulti, it's on cooldown.
Yeah. Right.
There's something in particular that I'm thinking about as Samira here. I'm like, when this happens, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to win.
What, kill the minions? Like E through or kill the minion?
Nope.
What's that?
I'll show you. I'm going to EQ her there through the Q. She ends up missing it actually. But I would like here. I wouldn't E. I would save my E for the next Q.
Right.
And then here you don't get your ult damage on her because you're outside the shroud. If you're in the shroud, you would just get a full ult charge on her.
Did I miss
See,
it?
Gwen is immune.
I did miss her. I thought I was like on the edge,
and then
but I guess I wasn't.
So here, I don't like this E. I get that you're trying to stack up your ult, but I think just do it with autos and Qs, because your E is gonna do. Also, there we missed an extra auto because we walked out of the shroud and then we walked out of it again, and then now I would EQ now, because then we dodged the Q, whereas we end up eating the full Q.
Right.
And then I think I think that fight is really winnable. Like, it was very close and there was a lot we could have done better.
Oh yeah, EQ right there kills.
And also if we had better shot as well, like we had more AD, we could have had 30 AD instead of 20.
EQ kills there, by the way. 100%.
Yeah, but
from that HP that she's now...
If you have a champ like Gwen, where they have one main source of damage that's dodgeable, let me think of another example. Like a Ornn, right? If you're playing the Ornn matchup, when Ornn W's, you just EQ him. Or even if your Q's on cooldown, you just E him, and then you can keep playing the fight, because then he doesn't get his W damage, he doesn't get his brittle proc.
Right.
So I think you should always save your E for that spell rather than using it to stack up your ult faster. Okay, now we're like really fucked, and this is where I'd start playing the how do I minimize losses from behind game. So how do we minimize losses here? Let's look at the first state. Oh, she's actually taking the wave. This is fine. So if she takes this wave, we're fine. Okay, no, she's leaving. Okay, how do we play in this position?
Full push.
Yeah, why do we slow push?
Because she's low, she can't contest it.
He's gonna base TP.
Right, but you want to stack a wave and then just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Where you have two stack waves.
Because what's the most difficult thing? Or what's the worst position we could be in from behind here?
Frozen.
Yes.
Probably.
So we want to avoid being frozen at all cost. So if we think about what allows her to freeze, it's if she can... Essentially, is she strong enough to win a fight against us here? Because if she is, she can push us off the wave and stop us crashing it.
Right.
Now, the easiest way to make it so that she's not strong enough to fight us here is to have as big a wave as possible. Because a big wave is like a turret, especially if you've got a cannon in there. It's really hard to fight people in a big wave. So we're going to stack as big a wave as possible. And if she stops us stacking a big wave, she's going to be pushing back into us, which is fine. Then we're going to catch the CS. So here we just stack the wave. Because I think what happened here is do we push too fast?
I do push too fast, yeah.
Yeah. So now this wave is already down here, whereas we could still be back up here to like stack in the next wave. Because now I think Gwen is strong enough to fight us here on this. Whereas if by the time the minion wave got here, we have this full wave too, and maybe the next wave is coming too, it's a lot harder for her to fight us. That's why we want to slow push. We don't fast push here. So in this position, we're in a bit of a tricky spot because if you last hit these two creeps and Gwen just does nothing, it's pushing into Gwen. So how can we get out of this position? If Gwen doesn't choose to push, how can we get out of this position?
I stand among my melees and let her Q it.
Yeah, so you stand here and you fight her. And then if she Qs you back, she's going to kill these. And that will make it slow push into you.
Right.
So sometimes you do have to use some health to get the wave pushing into you. And then from there, we would go back to the same playstyle of let it slow push, lose as little health as possible so that we can stack a wave. So like now you're fine. Now it's pushing into you. So aside from, I think you live this, right? But even if even if I don't think it needs to happen at all. Like from this point, okay. Yeah, I mean you just queued the wave. I'll just click back. Because now it's pushing into you. So now it's just a case of stay in XP range and get XP, and there's no, you're not missing any XP right now, so just leave. Here I think you could probably W the third ult, but the trade's not too bad. Here I think Ivan could really kill Gwen. And now I'm going to talk to you about something that I don't think you should ever do. Especially when you're behind.
What's that?
I'm going to play it out, and let's see if you can see what I think you do wrong. What do you think I didn't like?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Okay, I think it really fucks you over that while you're this far behind, you kill an entire wave of minions with Ivan in XP range.
Oh, right. Was he still in XP range?
Yeah, he's very much in XP range.
Oh, yeah, right there. This one is the issue.
Just let him walk out of range and then take solo XP.
Yep.
Because if we look at the XP right now, you're halfway through level 7 and she's a full level up.
Full level up.
Whereas if you took solo XP on that, it's probably more like 3/4 of a level. Which is much more, it's much easier.
Right.
Actually, she's more than a full level because she hasn't even caught this wave yet. She's like a level and a quarter up.
Fair.
So yeah, don't gimp yourself by taking XP while your jungler's around. So from here, we're into this. Let's go until we get back to lane. You're going to be catching this under tower. So how do we play this? How do we minimize losses here?
Slow push again, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you slow push.
Right.
And what do we know Gwen has no TP because she used it last time. We're expecting Gwen to base. So what you could do is fast push this, but then I think Gwen can just stay.
Right. And I can't dive her, so.
If you slow push it, why do I like a slow push?
You stack the waves or you crash it. If she resets right now, you deny melee minions.
Yes, you deny melee minions, exactly. Which kind of, it's like the little things that start clawing you back into the game. Like you going up a melee minion here, You're an upper melee minion here. He's on her way. You're up 2 melee minions. Now you're up 3 melee minions. So there, don't kill that wave there.
That was a bit too fast.
Yep. So you're up 4 minions though. Yeah, this is fine. It crashes. I think this is good. It was like slow enough. You denied 4 creeps, and you get back to lane. So what's the play pattern now?
How much gold do I have?
730.
Probably reset.
The difficult thing is that you don't have much of a tower left, but it's gonna be just let it push into you and then catch the wave.
Right.
Good use of your time to get a ward.
Here I shouldn't have ulted. It slows me down too much.
I think here you shouldn't have W'd. Because honestly, you're not that far. If you use your abilities in the ways that they beat her abilities instead of just the most generic way. So like the way you use your abilities there is to get the fastest ult possible, which is sometimes good. But in this matchup, you want to use your abilities in the way that best counters hers. So she Qs, you E. She R2s or R3s, you W.
Right.
Whereas, again, in this fight, which, given the item discrepancy, is actually fairly close.
Right.
What we do here is we don't use either of them for either of them. The first Q is really good because you backstep it. You just walk out of range of it. But here you W nothing. Like you don't need to ult quickly because you have all the time in the world.
Right.
It's her that needs to close the gap on you. So now and then you E as well. So now we have no E and no W. So she just ults, and then she does ult 2, and we can't W it, and then she Qs and we can't E it. And we die. Whereas we had a tool, like we have plenty of tool. I actually think you should win this. I think this is a winning fight for you because you have both sums. So if you go into these fights, when you're playing against any champion, think about what your trade patterns are. So here, I'm thinking first ult you don't need to bother about. It's not a big deal on Gwen. So there's gonna be the first Q, there's gonna be the second Q, there's gonna be the first or the second ult and the third ult. Okay, we've got 4 things. So if this one I say I'm gonna E this, and then this one I say I'm gonna W this, and then this one I say I'm gonna barrier this, and then this one I say I'm gonna flash this. And now I've got a plan for my fight. And if you imagine, if we watch this fight and we think you E'd the Q, you W'd the R2, you barriered the next Q, and you flashed the R3. And this is just like now you can have that plan already in your head. Because it's so much easier to execute mechanically when you're executing on a plan than just randomly executing. So here, I think also saying I'm just going to walk away from her and dodge the first Q is also very good. This is good. So from now, it's like, okay, next time she has a... So like first ult, not bothered.
Right.
Second ult, W. Yeah.
And E immediately because she's Qing as well.
And then she's not queuing yet. So she's queuing now, E.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then when she goes for this for the next ult, flash. And then when she goes for the final Q, barrier. And I think you would murder her.
Yeah.
So just think more about how to use your spells to counter their spells rather than... Because, like, yeah, the optimal way to use your spells is like you did. That's the fastest way to get your ult. But that doesn't help you interact with what Gwen does. Okay. So now we're still in a situation where, like, our team are winning and we're losing. So it's, can we keep it as even as possible?
Also, I don't want to watch this. I do not want to watch this.
Okay.
It's painful.
You could probably E this as well.
I was thinking about it, but I thought the wall was too thick.
Okay, we'll skip over that. Okay, she's basing. What do we want to do in the... Now that we're in... I would call this mid-game now. What's the best way for us to help our team win?
Probably group for drag fights. It's all.
Yeah.
And like pressure sides and then collapse.
Yes. What's the important thing? Like, is this... Oops, sorry, that's the worst straight line I've ever drawn in my life. Is this...
Yes.
Is this side stronger than this side? Maybe.
I would. I mean, all the money is on the ADC.
Yeah. But, like, maybe it's stronger, right?
Right.
If we do it like this, which side is stronger?
Probably theirs.
Yeah. So if we can create
Eliminate her.
If we can create this situation,
right?
As long as we don't die, I quite like this. If we can get the waves into positions where Gwen wants to come top to catch them, that's good because then Gwen's not over here.
Right.
And then while Gwen's catching them, if we can go over here, maybe we can create situations where it's like it looks like this. Yeah, and then I think this side is definitely stronger. So what we want to do is try to contain the problem that is Gwen as much as possible.
Right.
So by pushing here, we do make her want to come top. Because she could just walk somewhere else from base and let the wave come back to her, but because we push, she wants to go. So now we can look to go mid. And then because the advantage we have is that she has to push a lot deeper for it to crash to the turret. So we have like more time. Once she's pushed it, she has more time than us because it takes us longer to push it back. But for now, we have quite a bit of time. So we look for this. I think this is fine. And then at this point, we say, okay, this didn't work.
Go top again.
Let me just play it out a little bit further, and then I want to ask you a question.
Right.
Instead of fighting this, because I don't think this is ever going to get anywhere, but even if it did, where do you think you should be pathing here?
Probably towards the Veigar.
I mean, like in a macro sense, not in terms of the fight. Let's just say it ends here, right? You just leave. Where do you go once you leave here?
What, top?
No.
No?
We already have Lucian top. So this is where counting champions comes into play. You have 3 champions that are like laners.
Oh wait, Neela's not my
one,
Neela's not my teammate. Yeah, okay.
2, and 3. And you want one of them here, one of them here, one of them here. So your job is to, like, you're the missing piece right now because you are somewhere, like, you are in Veigar's lane. Veigar's got this one, Lucian's got this one, so you have to go for this one.
Right.
Like, even though Nautilus is here, he's not a champion that like does this on his own. That's not his thing. The three that do are these 2 and this one. And you want one of them in each of them if the waves are there to be caught, which both of them are coming in. So we need to go and get that now. And then from here, it's going to be a case of trying to catch the waves and then come and play mid. So I don't like you playing mid here because the waves are not in a good spot. Like, this wave's pushing in, this wave's pushing in. Lucian's catching this one. You could catch this one, and then once you push this one back out, then you can come and play mid. So I like that you went mid in the first place, because what you did was push this one out. You pushed out top, and then you went into mid. I've put it on highlighter mode somehow. But yeah, but then once you get to mid, you're like, okay, nothing happened, and then you're kind of thinking, I'm on a timer, right? The timer is until this wave starts coming back to us, and this one too. And now the waves are coming back, so we need to go and catch them. Because now Neela's going to get this tower. Lucian stops top, but Neela gets... Well, she should get this tower. She should just walk up and kill it. I don't know what she's doing.
And you were saying
anyway,
Nautilus on the side laner.
Nobody got these minions, though. Like, Nautilus didn't even get them. Nobody got them. So, like, 2 waves just went to complete waste. So here, I think it's fine to go top here. You can go to either side lane, but you're just thinking, I want to push the side lane in, make someone on their team go to respond to it. Preferably it's Gwen, because she is, you know, way stronger than you are. So if you can make Gwen go here, and you can go here, that's really good. So now I would probably just walk mid instead of... maybe if you know that you have time to take the tower, which I think you do, then it's good. Yeah, we get the tower. We take the wave. Can you live this? You don't have E. I don't think you can live.
I should have backstepped the Q a bit.
You just dead. She TP'd and ghosted on you. You just dead.
Yeah,
TP ghost ulti. Like, the wave's in a good spot.
Right.
I really don't mind that death at all. They used so much to kill you. So now, from base, where are we going?
Ball.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward because
you
Veigar
could go
just
mid
died.
to defend.
I'd probably go mid because Veigar just died.
Okay.
And then I think these guys die as well, right? For no reason, and no one's top. I guess you should probably go top because Lucian went mid. I don't know. You're kind of just losing everywhere at this point.
Yeah, the hero is spamming fucking everything. I don't know what I get
The
hit
one
by,
thing
but
you could
I
do,
get
let's have a
off.
look at what happens, but you could definitely barrier, because you can barrier while CC'd, except suppress. You can't barrier while like Malzahar ulted or Warwick ult.
I don't know what happened. I did get pulled, that's why I held my ulti. Or
Oh, Janna ult hits you.
yeah.
And then
Janna ult, and yeah, I'm airborne.
Yasuo knock up, I guess. Barrier probably wouldn't save you anyway.
Yeah, I probably just should have held the wind wall.
And then from here, I think the game is very, very doomed, because you remember like the plan that we had, where it's we're gonna push the wave in to make someone from the enemy team come and get it, and then we're gonna move and do something while we've got numbers advantage, and hopefully we can play around our team. That's kind of impossible now because they've got 2 inhibs. So it's very, very difficult from this point, but you can still try to do it and hope they make a mistake. But they didn't really. They didn't. I mean, they kind of through here a little bit, but then here it's like it takes you so long to push this.
It's horrendous.
You should probably just run here and flip the fight. Given that it takes so long to take it. And then the game ends. So, the important takeaways, I think we've got a lot we can improve on levels 1, 2, 3. And then if we get a game where we're winning, we can look at pushing that forward. And then we've got this sort of ebb and flow when we are behind, where we can minimize losses.
Right.
Okay, let's go for another game.
Makes sense. Yes.
And I want you to focus mostly on this level 1, 2, 3 stuff, where we're looking to get our level 2 spike. We're looking to pressure with it, and then we use that pressure to keep control of the wave, which gets us our level 3 spike. And then we use that level 3 spike to crash the wave, and then we'll see what we can do from there. And try to play with like our spacing and.
This is real trippy because I'm watching you watch me.
Oh yeah, I'll turn mine off. So yeah, with our level 2 spike, obviously we can all in up there close to us. And then same with our level 3 spike. Because a lot of the time, until you get to, I'd say even like Diamond, people will not respect the level up timer.
Yeah. I forget it a lot of the time too, so I feel that.
But definitely the main thing that you should be practicing as Samira is getting the first 4 waves very, very consistent.
Right.
Because I think I haven't found a matchup yet where you can't do what I'm talking about. I think in my Samira video against Quinn, I also did it, and I think I killed her actually on the push early. I got an early solo kill. Because she didn't respect it. I just E'd on her head and killed her with Conqueror. So I think the best thing to do would be play another game, we'll VOD review it, and then maybe we can go in practice tool and we can practice some of this level 1, 2, 3, 4 stuff.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Because we've got 4 sessions to like break things down, so I think the very, very early game is the best place to start for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll go like building blocks. So we'll maybe do levels 1 to 4 and then onwards. And then we'll do sort of levels 6 to 9 until the first turret drops. And then we'll do mid game, and then we'll do late game. That seems like a fairly like it might end up not being that, but that's sort of what I'm expecting the plan to be.
Right. I mean, my worst part is definitely early game.
Okay, I think that's probably the most important part on Samira. So in this matchup, we can for sure get all of this stuff down. We can pressure him level 1. We can like we can begin the push early, and we can get level 2. And if he steps up when we hit level 2, we can EQ or E auto Q auto on his head.
Right.
Is Q an auto reset?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that E auto Q auto is really good then.
Right.
Does your melee auto attack and Q count as 2 Conqueror stacks? Or does it still just give 1?
Yes, it's an ability. So yeah.
Like
The
your
melee does,
auto.
the range doesn't, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so if you melee auto them, you get 2 stacks.
Not regular auto, but Q auto, yeah. If I use the melee Q, I think I get to.
Okay.
I'm not
So you can get a
mistaken.
lot of Conqueror stacks with the auto Q auto then.
Yeah. Vi's a bit annoying, but you know.
Yep. Barrier's definitely
Happens.
best in this matchup.
Of course, it's another Nila.
The tip I would give you is that against Garen, it's better to barrier his QE than it is to barrier his ult. Because
yeah, otherwise you're reacting to the animation and everything.
If you think about your health pool as being your max health plus barrier,
right,
his ult will do the same. Like,
it do more damage.
Yeah, it'll do more damage if you're low,
regardless of the barrier.
Yeah, so if you make yourself get less low, the ult will do less damage, and it'll do less damage in total.
Makes sense.
So you want to barrier the QE.
Yes.
Another thing.
If I trade at level 1 and he starts Q, do I barrier that already, or do we just wait?
Depends, I think, on the state. But that's another thing I was going to talk about, is having the willingness to, because your barrier is such a low cooldown, to just use it as a tool to get control. So, like, let's say he walks up to you, right? You can just go, oh, yeah, I'll just barrier your Q and fight you in melee range, let's go. And then it might be like a fairly even trade, even through the barrier, but you'll definitely get control of the lane.
Right, because here I can just start Q and just do things, but I can also start E in, and
I don't think
just barrier.
Is he Conqueror or Phase Rush?
Conqueror.
Yeah, I think he'd probably win. With E start,
if
maybe even with Q start, he'd win. So I think just take Q and play like we did last game, but we'll try, like, really try to get this level 2 first.
All right, so I'm gonna walk this way.
If he walks in, yeah, start autoing and queuing him and sort of move towards his exit. Because remember, level 1, you're really favored because you have roughly the same AD. You both have Conqueror, but you have Barrier.
Yes.
So if he does try to all in you, I think you'll just win. And then reset and then come back.
What a maniac. Doesn't even face shake bushes. Damn.
Okay, so now at this point, I would start from the back bush in the lane and check them all. So, like, walk through.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you want to be in the far bush, but you want to check that he's not in these ones. And just attack move into the bushes. Okay? And now now you can, like, start hitting the first group. Get like 2 or 3 autos on it. Yep. And now look to hit him whenever he walks into range. And then keep hitting the creeps between it if you don't get to hit him. Good. Okay, so he's pushing quite fast, so let's, like, maybe cue the wave or something. Just to keep ahead of push. And remember, we need one of these range creeps and the next melee creep. This is good. We've got a good amount of space. So on this melee creep, if he's still in range, Ian, nice. And now we want to slow down this push. So that's perfect. We got a good trade. We just don't want this to crash yet, ideally. If we can avoid it. We might not be able to avoid it. We might be able to.
Home does not last it again.
So we'll try to crash this third wave.
Anyway.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can just poke him on the... You can practice harassing under tower as well in practice too.
I'm only 500 range.
I know.
I'm not blocking anything, so I'm not going to another pointing queue.
Yep.
Do I ever place a ward here? Because I'm quite...
I would place a ward after you clear this wave. Because then it's going to be 3 minutes, which is when you start thinking that the jungler's probably going to come top. Okay, go place a ward in the river. Oh, there you go. Nice. Good.
I got a flash.
I don't think you needed to. You just walk out.
I just didn't want to risk it, if you wouldn't mind. Unless you're like, that's the worst mistake I've ever seen. Oop.
Okay, Vi did 4 camps into top, so...
Right. So...
She can still...
He might have done the grab clear.
She had 2 buffs, right?
She might have been
Oh, she
done
just
buff
went mid.
Grump Wolves.
What does he want to do here?
You want to push, and I want to save health.
Yeah, and he wants to reset, right? He's probably resetting in that bush, so we can look to go and just throw a Q in that bush and see if we can recall cancel him. There you go. You cancelled his recall. So that's when they crash like that, a lot of the time they're going to be recalling. You can just cancel it. And now you can slow push this, and it's going to deny creeps if he play away from the bushes, because that's where he is.
You should probably bury it.
Yeah, I think you could barrier and then keep fighting. That's okay. You can look to barrier the next one. And then fight him. Try to get his passive down if you can. Nice. Oh, you can go in after the C, because he's on cooldown. Level 5, but you barrier the Q. Nice. And there you stepped back. You kind of showed fear, but he flashed away. So you just push him base. You see how you don't need to run away from him there? You could just stand your ground and fight him. Keep chasing him up. So that's an example of the proactive barrier use that I was talking about. Nice. Reset.
TPs. I'm going to go a bit farther back so it doesn't... In this elo, they'll definitely drop a wave just to be an asshole. Like, trust me. I get a pickaxe buy. That's big.
I think that's your best buy as well. You don't need to wait for full mana here. Like, tempo.
No, I was waiting for the health mostly, but I just clicked away too slow. I normally just wait until it's like...
If you're down 50 HP,
mana.
Like if you're down like 50 HP,
still regen,
you're going to regen it before you get to lane anyway. So here you're missing some creeps, which ideally, like if you miss one, you might miss XP on that creep, whereas otherwise you wouldn't.
I don't miss. No, I don't.
Okay,
miss, I just missed one.
It probably didn't make a difference, but it could have. And then here I would look to play like that play style we had before of stack a wave, unless he keeps pushing into you. But
that sucks.
We want to wait until we've got barrier in level 6 really. Before we fight him again. I think Garen Samira might be a good one to practice though, because Garen's really easy for like you to execute when we're doing it the other way around, and then I can just play Garen into Samira as well. Good. Yeah, and now auto Q auto him. And if you can poke him out ready for this, you've got in 75 seconds you've got barrier up, so if you can poke him out ready for it, then you can look to take that trade. Nice. That's exactly what you want to do.
Next wave, I'm hard pushing.
Yep. And you also you can look for a trade on. I don't think he can 100 to 0 you.
No.
He bought health crystal actually. He definitely can't. So wait for your wave to arrive. When your wave arrives, you're gonna just, if he runs into you, you're just gonna fight him.
No.
And now I'd base and get 2 long swords. The trade isn't as big a deal into Garen because he's got his passive, but into a lot of champs, that health that you did, that damage you did to him can really matter.
Right.
And if you got an even bigger trade, it would be lovely. Maybe longsword boots to get back faster.
Sure. Bot?
Nah. I don't think
I'm already walking,
it. So now you're potentially going to get an all-in availability with your barrier.
I'm so sad that I missed the cannon, man. So unnecessary. He's gonna get played. Not much I can do about that. I'm gonna get the XP though.
Yeah, and then we'll look to slow push this and deny him XP. And then we can maybe look for grubs instead of a reset after our slow push.
Vi is bot, so...
Yeah, I think Amumu's just going to solo grubs while Vi's down there. We don't need to worry about it. We'll just keep doing our original plan. But you've already denied one melee. Denying the second one now. Maybe the third one. And I like where you're standing here. This is good. Keep standing forwards. Remember when I said like when you're in a good position, you can last hit backwards rather than forwards? I like this. Because now when he tries to walk in, you're already in position to hit him, like before he gets anywhere near you. And then this is the wave that we trade on. Really good. And the reset's probably not ideal. You can probably just take a plate here.
Yeah, I wasn't debating it, but I still have barriers, so.
Yep.
Hello?
And then on the bounce back, you can, if he's low enough, you can look to all in him again because you've got a big trade and you've got barrier. So now I would let this push into you, but like walk up for autos on him to pop his passive off. Probably get a ward as well. Okay, this is really nice. He's trying to base. He's gonna.
I think he's just trying to knock a range topped.
Good barrier. And he flashed. You trade barrier for flash. That's a 3-minute cooldown for a 5-minute one.
Oh. I thought I walked into the tower. I was like, shit.
Pop his passive here. Nice.
Oh.
That's a shame. You might be able to flash out. Maybe not.
Yeah.
There we got violated.
I got red
Could
buffed.
have warded a while ago, which would have helped, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I would rather, for now, I'd rather you play aggressive and die to stuff like that than we'll cover jungle stuff later. I just want you to get as good at this like early aggression as possible.
Right.
So got some more things to go over in the review to this one to like we want to like maximize every push and every yeah, exactly.
I died on his time, on his tempo. No.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
How's bot lane doing? Sure. I'll take it. They're not dying. So. I lost so much, but I'll get it back. It's fine. I'm close to 9. He's probably 9.5.
So as a like small thing, when you're pushing out like this is when you're building your wave is when you want to ward, because when you're pushing is normally when you're gonna get ganked. Okay, he's TPing. You probably look to just stack some conk on him when he comes in.
Okay.
You can also look to do your little. I mean, Garen kind of ignores range top quite well with his passive, but awkward position of the wave. Kind of hard for you to do your trade here. How did you?
If I hit him, then the minions walk forward. Then it'll be better. I missed cannon, but I got the wave. I'm trying to pay attention to the wards, but
I'd probably look to base on the next, like, not this wave, but the next wave, and I'll explain why. If you just keep pushing, and then we'll base on the wave after this one, because we've got item in base.
Pretend like I'm going. I'm not here.
Also, we could maybe look for a fight on our barrier timing. Well, that's not good. Okay, let's just push this wave and recall. Okay, reset now. Why is this reset better than... Even though you had gold for Eclipse last wave, why is it better to reset this wave?
Do you get another longsword?
No, you just get the Eclipse. Start walking back to lane and watch Garen try to push the wave in. See, look at Garen. See how much less you lose for this wave.
Oh, it's a cannon wave.
Yeah. So it takes him longer to push it in, which means you lose less.
I always thought that I had that down, but then I really started looking into it, and I was like, I don't.
And now with full Eclipse, if he stays there hitting that plate, just dash on his head.
Come here, boy.
Nice, good damage. Nice.
Am I doing it?
What are we playing for here on his reset?
Well, we can slow push in this, no? Because it's
I think I would
initial wave.
because he's not got TP. I'd fast push and take a plate. Oh wait, there's no plates. Never mind. They just dropped off. Yeah, we'll slow push. If there's plates, I would fast push and take a plate. If someone resets with no
He
TP.
TP'd anyway.
Nah, he didn't have TP. He just stayed.
Oh, he just guaranteed.
Yeah. Which means you've still got item advantage. So when the wave comes out, you can look to fight him on your with your barrier. Like if he tries to fight this, he's just gonna lose.
I set up was passive.
Okay, I like the idea. Barrier was quite late. We might now be dead.
Yeah.
But I like the intention to fight. You just want to barrier the QE and then stick on his head. Also, if we're looking for a fight, right?
Right.
I'll go over this in replay, but there's two places where I would like to fight. So I'll talk about those.
Right here and right here?
Yeah, but it depends on the wave.
Right.
So I'll tell you why I don't like that fight, and yeah, we'll go over it in replay.
Okay. Okay, so I'm pushing into him. Never mind. I lied. I'm lying for attention.
I think he thinks he's stronger than he is. The main thing you watch when you're playing against Garen is the W. The W has a really long cooldown, and it determines whether he's strong in a fight or not.
Right, because he
Because
gets
without W,
resistances
he's
and
really
stuff.
weak.
Where the
He
fuck
gains
did
a
go?
massive shield and damage reduction and tenacity, which tenacity doesn't matter against you, but you can ping your Amumu maybe and fight this guy. Okay. What I really want to achieve, as just like a preview for when we start covering more mid game, just for now, just bear in mind that it's really important to get this T1 down. Well, Garen makes it quite difficult, especially Garen who's ahead. But ideally, that's the situation we end up in.
Is he that much ahead, though?
He's
I
quite
guess he has
ahead.
2 kills.
2 kills and a level.
I suppose.
Yeah, I think with your next barrier, what you want to do is see if he uses W, and then if he uses W, you can look for a fight on him. Because he is wasting his W quite a lot. Definitely fight him here, though. Don't let him just take the tower. Okay. You needed to fight earlier. Oh, well, he's got Vi on you. Yeah, you want to fight him to, like, stop him getting the wave into the tower to take it, rather than...
Right. Uh-huh.
It's okay, maybe they kill here.
I doubt it.
Oh, Mumu.
I guess Katarina's kind of fed. But
The Mumu not pressing R. Yeah, he pressed R tomorrow.
after the fight.
Yeah.
I might go shield bow, actually. What do you think?
Yeah, shield bow's really good into Garen.
It's a worse buy though. But I'll take it.
Okay. Where are you going from base here?
I'm going bolt.
Yeah, looks good.
They're already top.
And then what are we trying to do?
Push up waves, making people respond to this, and then
Yeah.
because I think depends on where Katarina is. If we're stronger or not.
And right now they've got 2 people in bot. As long as you can clear these waves, they're at a big numbers disadvantage. Like here, I think, again, like what you did with the Garen, you're giving them space to hit the tower. Whereas you could, like...
Am I going in there? Like,
you're not going on them, you're just walking into the wave and killing it. Because, like, the backline minions just die to your Q, right? So if you just walk into them and Q it and then walk off, they can't push.
Don't I just lose, like, half my health bar for that, though?
No, you can W if they try to do anything crazy. Here it's dead. Here you just have to back off. Like, you can't kill the... You can't kill that wave. But again, they've got numbers advantage in bot. Which means you've got numbers advantage somewhere else. But they've got numbers advantage on your 0-3-0 Samira. I feel like, ideally, your team should be winning based on that. But they're not. But here, you want to try to fast push this wave, and then maybe you can walk into Dragon, I mean. But you might not be able to. They're already on it. But Neela and Renata aren't there. So maybe your team are winning based on that. Maybe not.
You think?
I mean, we've still has ult again.
Well, I got a sack of it.
I think potentially we could have like ignored Neela and looked to go in. I'm not sure.
I'd have to see if I could get over the wall.
Yeah, I think the E was a bit awkward as well.
Yeah, because she eat me and I eat her.
Yeah, sent you flying.
They're not smart enough.
And now they're recalling though, so we've got a good time to like push this wave in, and then we can look to go and play mid maybe. Maybe with the numbers advantage we're creating mid, we can get mid T1. But this is the playstyle we want to have, because as a range top, we're not really strong enough to push deep and like threaten side lanes like something like a Fiora or a Jax is. We're more of a answer the side lane and then go and play with our team champion. Maybe if we're like insanely fed we can, but in general.
Right.
You got arrow? There we go. That worked.
That's not necessarily what I wanted, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Can we hit it? Can we hit it? Can we hit it? I'm fucking getting used.
Wait, you get 2... No!
It's fine.
You get 2 charges there. You could have Herald charge. You could have hit the tower
fine.
and then got another charge. Okay, you're out. Well, at least the 2 charges came into play somehow. Oh, never mind.
Lol.
Oh, she went the wrong way. Lol. Right, I guess base and go top.
It was the worst play of my life, but it worked out beautifully.
Do you know that about Herald? Like, you could have taken their entire mid T2 there by just double charging.
I can't say that I know.
Here, you cancelled your...
I should have just
You cancelled your very good reset for a very bad fight.
Yeah. I thought I could make a difference, but 2 tanks and me.
Basically, really because you started controlling the Herald before the mid tower died, the mid tower dying gives you another charge. So you could charge it into the mid T2 and then get back in it and charge it again. And just take the entire tower.
Just instantly dash it again, alright? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like if you drive to a tower, but it dies before you hit it.
Where are you going? Go top,
go
top. Yeah, go top, so I can go bot. Go top, good job.
So what we did there, like the way we got the kill on Neela is we pushed out the side wave and then someone had to go and respond to that, and meanwhile we had numbers advantage in mid and we killed her. And that's the situation we want to keep creating.
Right, and then I ran it down. And, you know. Tom, you're supposed to say no, you made a very good play, and just, you know, pat my ego a bit, will you? I don't know if I win this. I'm gonna be fully 100 with you. I'm just gonna stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
I think you're playing like correctly. The advantage you have is range on her with the Q.
Yeah. I could not E3. Yeah. It's a bit tragic. I walked in too far.
That's okay. This mid to late game stuff, I'm just giving like very generic tips because I don't want to focus too much on it yet.
Right.
I would rather focus on lane phase. But I think this game you did a pretty good job of like creating favorable situations for you. So in the next review, I'm going to talk about, like when we go into the VOD review, I'm going to talk about what to do with them.
Right. How to capitalize them.
Yeah, and then also areas where we could punish or deny more as well.
Where's that going? That's not moving anywhere.
And then you've got like a baseline of laning stuff to practice moving forward.
Right. I'm gonna ignore this wave for the fight. Because I feel like my team is just gonna otherwise just die. Yeah, I was fucking stuck there. Man, that sucks. Just checking if you used ulti. She didn't.
You know what would be really, really helpful? If there was like a game mode where the game just ends at 15 minutes, no matter what.
Right.
And then you could just play lane phase over and over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like for now, the only things I really want you to be thinking about is lane phase stuff.
Oh, I'm not thinking to begin with. Like, this is so fucked though. How does this Garen ever get this fed? Like, sure, he got like a flash ulti kill on me, but
he always does.
how does he go?
Like Garen,
could you not?
if you don't
just
destroy Garen in lane, he just sort of clears waves and then goes and presses R on people, and his KDA looks really nice. But a lot of the time, I feel like his KDA is really fake. Like he's not doing as much as his KDA suggests. He is literally just walking up to people and pressing R. Other times, he is actually doing a lot. I think this one's probably somewhere in the middle. There's some padding going on, but there's also some useful stuff.
Level 17, fucking hell. This guy might as well just have Neela passive.
I feel like the best thing for you to do in these situations for now,
right,
is probably just limit test. Like, just try and play team fights as well as you can, and practice your team fighting
trying
mechanically.
My damn best.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, if you had more items, that's a quadra kill.
100%.
So if we get the lane phase good, and then stuff like that happens, bam, quadra kill.
Yes. What happened to Katarina? I honestly didn't see it. Like, genuine question. What the fuck happened to Katarina?
I don't know.
Fucking hell. These games are good for content, like for learning, but I fucking despise them.
Yeah, I mean,
It never
it
goes
doesn't
this
feel
fucking
good
bad.
to lose, but again,
Yeah,
like everything that happened outside of lane, we're not really too focused on right now.
right.
You might have games where you don't really feel like a path to victory outside of lane, but that's fine. We're gonna cover that later. For now, we want to create like the baseline that we can play off, which is gonna be lane in phase. It's like when you make a cheesecake, right? You always want to start with the biscuit layer, because if you don't, then the cheesecake bit's just gonna go everywhere. You need the sort of foundation, like when like builders always lay foundations, right? When they build on them, they don't just build on mud.
I was gonna say I never made cheesecake, but the foundation thing actually makes more sense.
And lane phase is going to be your foundation of every game.
I was gonna say he's in there, but he's not. That's gonna go down in it. Yeah. This champion, they just need to remove at this point. Side note, by the way, just
Which
complete asshole.
no,
Yes, they fucking should, or just remove the interaction with Rylai's. It's completely separate from the game, by the way. That's a completely separate opinion. That's nothing to do with this game.
okay. So
Well, that fucking
our
sucked.
focus points are around last review. We focused on how to create these good situations, but we didn't really cover what to do with them too much. So this time we're going to start talking about what to do with these good situations that we create in lane, and then also some stuff about how we can maximize the good situations. Let me start streaming again.
Right.
Okay. Jump into this review, and then we'll go into practice tool and we'll practice some laning stuff, and then your goal moving forward is definitely going to be to just practice pure laning.
Right.
Okay, so we're trying to get this push here. I think from here, we kind of know we've got the push. So,
right.
Where is it? We're trying to get the push from level 1. So step 1 is get the push. I think
we established that.
From the point we cue the wave, I think, and he's kind of, yeah, like from here, we've got the push.
Right.
So now it's, the next step is get the level 2 timer, and then after that, it's use that to crash the third wave. And we can also look for a trade, right? So we get level 2. Mm-hmm. I don't like the click back here at all.
Okay.
I think it's probably just habit that a lot of people have. You auto attack and then you move back. That's just like, it's just what you do. It's just in your brain. Whereas when you're going for this level 2 here, why did the God King cross the road to smite the unbelievers? Yeah, you're gonna kill this minion and then just walk forwards. It doesn't really matter because you were in E range, but still. Good trade. Now, ideally, we would be able to hold this until the next wave, but we can't, so we can just crash second wave. The way to make it not do that is that you would like... Where's our level 2? So when we're playing for this level 2, right? You would just let this die or auto it or whatever while moving forward. And then I would just auto Q, auto, and then when he gets to like here, then you can E him like this way, and then you're not EQing the creeps. And that will help it push a bit less. But also I think we got level 2 quite fast because he contested it quite hard. A lot of the time it's not going to be so contested. We'll see that when we go into practice tool. That's okay. Ideally we would get a third wave crash and then we would go and get a longsword and then we'd be really happy. Regardless, we push this in. We get our level 3. Oh yeah, Vice here. Flash out, it's fine. Okay. So from this spot, it's gonna start, once it crashes, we're gonna start our push again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where last time we were talking about how to get this sort of 1-2-3 stack, and that's a good situation for us. So here we're getting it. Oh yeah, also we talked about this in game, right? When they crash, a lot of the time they're gonna recall, and you can just think about, can I cancel it?
Blue team double kill.
Now we're pushing back out. So we're looking to stack our 3 waves. And I would really like this trade if you just barriered at the start. Because your barrier would have eaten all... Do you remember the proactive barrier usage?
Right. I think I buried the one after.
Yeah.
Right after.
So your barrier is giving 184. So that's basically all the health you're missing right now. Yeah, your barrier would basically put you at full health. So if I draw the gap, it's this big of a gap. And then if I draw that again after the trade, we'll see the situation you would be in. If you just hard traded with him. Try and maneuver this. This is really difficult.
Use middle mouse button. Can you not just...
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, so
Right. Basically one barrier.
So we would be, yeah, we're like this much different. So we would be about here in health.
Right.
Which is a much better trade. And then we could keep trading because we'd like Conqueror with range, and then we could use it to get the push, and then we could get the crash. But I think we barrier the next one anyway, right? And then we end up winning it. But we do chase him down with the auto and Q, and we've got the push. This is good. Why was it good for you to E in there?
Because he uses E.
Yeah. So if someone wastes a spell, you can punish them like that. Okay, so once we've got the crash, like here we've got the wave crashed, right? This is when we're going to start considering what are our best options. So this is the situation that we're trying to get in. We're trying to get crashed waves. Ideally stacked waves. This time he base TP'd, so we did a not stacked one, right? But for me, there's like there's 3 real options that we can do when we stack a wave. What do you think those options are?
Push for plates, create an advantage around the map, and reset for gold.
Yep.
Which is like warding, fighting objectives.
Okay, so our goal is to one, get our laning good to a point that we can consistently get the push and have an advantage. 2, once we've got the push, we're going to do the wave control that we did, where we slow push 3 waves. And then 3, once we've got a crash, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 waves, regardless, whatever we've got, once we get the crash, we're going to move into this, and we're going to try to identify what is the best thing we can do. So here, the best thing you can do is definitely to reset and spend your
pickaxe.
953 gold and then come back.
Yeah.
I wish I could move this. Like pick it up and move it to the side, and then we could keep it. I'll put it down here. Okay.
Beautiful.
So we're starting our push out. Once it bounces off this tower.
Yeah, he wasted W, so I could have maybe.
Yeah,
that's something.
Those are your windows to go in. Is mainly W with Garen, but also kind of E.
Is 6.
You see how long his W cooldown is? If Garen ever wastes W,
yeah,
you can go in. Yeah, I really like the spacing the Q. It still hits you, but I think you did it really well next time. We're slowly pushing out. Good. And then here, I think ideally here, maybe, yeah, we see Vi, never mind. But if we don't see Vi, a ward is really nice because we're pushing out. Good positioning. Standing between the creeps. Okay, so now we're in this position, okay? So let's look at our list of 3 things we can do.
I'll probably reset because I can get double longsword.
Yeah, you could reset for double longsword. I think that's quite good. Does Rome look...
He's resetting.
Yeah, he's probably just going to base. I don't think Rome looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I think plates could also be okay, but we don't have any grubbies. I feel like this one really starts becoming a thing once you get these, which we don't have yet. So I think reset might be the best idea. Double longsword. Come back. And then we're looking to build it again. Now, there's quite a lot of concepts here, but the last one is that while it's slow pushing in, what was the, apart from the fact that it stacks a wave onto the turret, what was the other good thing about the slow push?
It denies XP. If you
Exactly. So if we look at these minions, and while we're thinking about where we're standing and what we're doing, we want to deny as many of these as possible. So let's... On our pushes, we want to look like here. If he doesn't reset, he did reset, right? But if he didn't, by standing here, we're not really threatening it. Like, he could just walk in and get XP. If we walk further up, we can threaten the XP. We can try and push him out of it. And if he goes to get it, we punish by taking some of his health. Every time he wants to take XP, we try to take some of his health. So we'll look for situations where we can do this. So when he comes back, if you look right, this minion's going to die soon. He's on his way back. We don't know where he is, so I'm thinking, can I deny this minion? He's not here yet. So the next one that's going to die is this one. I think we kind of pushed a little fast there. It's okay. Now it's quite hard to deny XP because it's close to his tower. But I think maybe we could have also denied this one if we pushed slightly slower. Maybe we still can. Nah, it's too close to his tower. But we can still punish him. Good. Okay, nice, we got a big chunk. What's our best plan here?
What's my inventory look like?
You've got longsword boots.
Right, so I can get 1 longsword, probably the upgrade to...
You could go and get 2 longswords.
I guess, but I'm going to hit plate here.
Yeah, I like plates, because the plate's actually in range. Just go and hit the plate. So like now you should have like decided that plate is what you're going to do, and we'll be doing it. And then you would get a plate. And a lot of the time, range top is going to get a lot of plates through playing, like the way we were playing, we're going to get a lot of plates. Fine, you still get the plate. But here you could have like, you can sort of walk in and out of the tower and so that he can't get on you, but you keep hitting it. Just get as much damage on the tower as you can. Across, like, every time you do it, if you do choose to go for plates, get as much damage as you can. And then you're also playing the mind game of, am I going to hit you or hit the tower?
Right.
So we could have definitely got some more tower damage here, but it's fine. We got the plate. Starts pushing back into us. Okay.
Probably shouldn't have even have flashed. Probably not.
I think in this situation, you should just be happy for the wave to start coming back into you, okay?
Right.
We've got barrier and we're looking for a fight. This is where I want to talk about the 2 situations where I like a fight. So if we've got a pushing wave that's stacked and it's around here, then yeah, go for it. Because we're fighting him in our big wave and we're forcing a crash. Or if the wave's small and we're around here, then we've got a lot of space to fight him with. So yeah, you can go for it then as well. But when the wave is small and we're all the way up here, I don't really see much point in fighting, because by killing the wave, we're just pushing a 1 wave. We can't really do anything with 1 wave crashing into the tower. We don't gain anything from it. And also, we're just making ourselves unnecessarily vulnerable. So I would just let this come back in, look for a little bit of poke every here and there, every now and again. Like, just don't push this, you know?
Right.
I guess he does run into you, but like there... yeah, it's fine. He ran into you, right? You can take that trade. But now there's no reason to stand this far forward. I guess getting his passive off. But ideally, what I like is when we play it like this. You know, the wave comes back into us, and while it's coming back into us, we're just looking for little bits of harass. And then it starts pushing out again, and we're looking to deny.
Right.
And then we're looking to fight on our good timers, which is either here, or a lot of the time... let's try and find another good, like, the opposite good timer. So a lot of the time, like, this would be a really good time to fight as well. If we were here. We're not here, but, like, this is one of them. And then the other one is when we've got the big stacked wave up here, where like really good times for us to fight. And then between it, we're just looking for little bits of harass. There's a really clear example of someone. Is it on this push or the previous push? Maybe it's on this push. Where we can really sort of... Yeah, so here. Do you see how much stronger we are right now than him?
Right.
Because his spells are on cooldown. And we've stacked up our conk and we've still got our barrier. But here we clicked back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I would like is if you're... Why am I on text? Is if you're clicking forward and you're going to control this space here because of this. Do you remember, like, denying while we're pushing out?
Yeah.
Because here he's able to get these creeps. Like the XP here, he's able to get. Whereas we could have just, like... We could have really pressured him here. I feel like he's able to get far more than he should be able to. But it's okay. Then we end up going in. With his key on cooldown. And again there, like, click forward. I feel like a lot of the time, it's examples of times where the clicks should be more forward than backwards.
Yeah.
This is where we... Where did we die to Vi? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, from here we've got a little bit more laning phase to cover. So here, we're stacking a wave. We're playing away from the bush because that's where Garen is. And we're trying to deny as many minions as we can. We don't have barrier right now, but still. Okay, so like here he's TPing in. You can just look to get a little bit of harass on him maybe when he comes in. But also, we're stacking a nice wave. We're going to have options when this crashes in, and then we can evaluate our options again. Okay, we've got a crash. What are our options? And what's the ideal here?
Plate's not viable because it's too full health.
No, I
Roaming
think
is not viable because mid's not there. Probably reset.
we don't want to reset yet because we don't have Eclipse. There's no roam to do. So I think it is plates. You have 3 grubs. So if you just get an auto or 2 on this, you'll do quite a lot of chip damage.
Fair.
So I think here you should just be trying to hit the tower. While you've got range to do it. And then the last thing that happens in this lane is we've got the cannon wave reset, right? That's something that you can always look for. When you're not stacking a wave to get a reset, you can go for the cannon wave reset. Which is we kill this wave and then the next one would be a cannon and then we reset. And then from there, I think there's still some more lane phase because we are even though it's 14 minutes, we're quite locked in lane this game. So we've got 6 grubs now. So if we look here, we've got our 3 options again. We've got a stack. What's our best thing?
Let's see. How much money do you have?
571.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get plate.
Yep. So let's just walk up and start hitting the plates with 6 grubs. So like here, you could already be in range just hitting it. Like just hit the tower. Ignore Garen. For the most part. Don't completely ignore him, but... You see how much damage you're doing with the 6 grubs burn? Just keep trying to get those 6 grubs burns onto the tower. Plates are dropping off now. Now we can maybe... But with 6 grubs, I feel like we could have got this game maybe 2 more plates than we did.
Yeah.
And this is the end of where lane phase really ends. let's go into custom game and practice some laning.
Bet.
So, which way round do you want to do it first?
Probably me on Samira.
Okay,
I think that's...
sounds good. So I'll be Garen, and I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. I'll take TP Flash, because that's what the other guy took. This. Don't really know Garen runes, so I'm just making it up. I don't play this champ. So you remember what your goals are?
To get push, and then just do the push and pull thing with the wave.
Yeah.
I'm getting flashbacks to all the 1v1s we've done.
Okay, so what? So like, as me, as Garen, I'm trying to not
Yes.
get zoned off at level 2. And I'm trying to not get completely destroyed by a level 2 all in.
Right.
Trying to not lose all my HP, essentially.
Forge onward.
So not what Garen did at the start, basically.
Jesus Christ, my Q does 142 damage. What the hell?
Does it?
Yeah, with 1 point in it.
Justin. Mine does 62.
Why does it do 142 damage? That's crazy.
150 ratio, what the fuck?
Portamassive.
Disgusting.
Don't really need to be screen sharing right now.
This world needs hope.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, so I'm going to walk into lane in the position and timer that Garen should walk into lane. If he doesn't, you can punish it, and we can maybe show that later.
Right.
But here I'm walking into lane in the correct position. Okay, you're getting the push. I'm going to try to get some form of pushback. At this point, I think I'm just saying, okay, I'm not getting this push.
A bit late on that.
You definitely don't need to barrier that. It's not threatening enough for you to barrier. Now the reason I'm walking up there is I want to get XP on these two melees. But for some reason my minions are just refusing to attack
Die.
me. Here I'm kind of taking some damage, but... Okay. So again, you crashed a little too fast.
Right.
So you don't get that third wave crash, which is really what you're looking for. And now it's kind of an awkward situation for you, because, like, what do you do with... You know, like, now you could...
Miss minions
You could maybe crash this one and then start to think about the same thing, but the wave's in a really awkward spot for you.
pushing into me.
But this is not the ideal situation you want to be in, Samira.
Alright.
Because now at this timer, the good thing about the first 3 waves is that realistically you're not really gankable. Whereas now you are.
Marches as one.
Okay, so I'm very, very happy with this as Garen, because I managed to escape the bad situation. And now now I've got my own push.
What we do is right.
You see what, like, I'm doing what you could do here, because I've got the wave. I'm walking up and I'm sort of zoning.
I stand ready. our land.
Okay, so this is a really nice situation for me. Because now it's like I get my really good reset, you know? Like the one that we were looking for as Samira.
Right.
Be bold.
I guess I'll do this. So let's try to do the early lane again. Maybe we'll swap round and then we'll swap round and then we'll swap round. I'll try to
Sure.
I'll try to get you to feel the Samira side of it.
Sure. So I'm going Garen, yeah?
Yeah.
Champion even go.
I just went Conqueror with Second Wind and Overgrowth.
Hmm. So am I playing it like I would or like he did?
You want to play it how you should.
If you can't keep up, don't step up.
Because
don't
I
have
was,
time.
I'll spoil it. I was gonna wait in my first push. And it's maybe easier. Not let you get in between me and the wave. Or
Okay, yeah,
not
I mean,
allow
you
you
can
to
do that if you want.
hit
You
early.
can do whatever you want at level 1.
Welcome to Summoner's
I'm just
Rift.
gonna play it like it was a regular game.
Oh, how great it would feel to shoot my past in the face.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
In every girl,
Okay.
there is a queen. Settle down, sweet cake. Ha.
Yeah, I'm using the bush to make space for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the rose that survived.
Now I've got the push. I'm playing quite aggressive now. Seeing if maybe I can zone XP, but I can't really.
Refugee. That label is where I draw my strength.
Level 2. Looking to threaten with it. My push is also a little bit fast, to be fair.
Push off.
You are forsaken!
Really? Fair play.
The heavy level 1 trading sort of makes the push a bit quicker. It's okay. I still...
Money buys a gun or two. Thrill buys a reputation.
And now I got this crash on wave 3. I'm probably just going to look to reset and get a longsword, I think. Or maybe I'll get boots and refill. I got the 3rd wave crash there. I played quite aggressive and I sort of pressured you. Like, I got the advantage. I used the advantage to pressure.
If they
And then I
feel
used the
you
pressure to get the crash that I wanted.
ha,
And now I'm
they're
just walking back to lane with item
Just
advantage.
like all the
And then as Garen, you have to think like, can I push this and crash in time? Probably not. Garen's actually quite good at denying creeps off the bounce. A lot of the time, the next wave will arrive before you can clear it off the tower, but Garen just presses E.
Beauty and the beast.
How does my move speed not move speed?
Look at you.
The cause renews me.
And then I'm all in with barrier.
Fair enough.
There's blood. Okay, we can swap back around now. So try to. You can see why the third wave crash is really good there, and also like, I guess you can kind of feel the spacing. So try to get that third wave crash again, and then my two goals after my third wave crash. Oh, this is a practice tool. Sorry. I guess I should talk about why I did what I did after the third wave crash. I want to thin out your wave. So I was trying to hit your minions, but then you ran into my face, so then I'm trading you. I want to thin out your wave to deny your crash. And then after that, it's about knowing when you have lethal.
My heart and sword, always for Demacia.
But do you see? Does it make sense, the game plan I had there? So we're just trying to get that to the point where you can repeatedly execute on it. And it'll probably take a lot of games and a lot of experience in different matchups and stuff. But in a lot of them, the way that I played it, where I'm just spacing in and out with auto cues, and like you don't need to go in with your E until there's like a really good window for it.
Fear is the first of many foes.
Also, I think that probably shows why, you know, like the plan of sitting in the bush and waiting for me. I think that probably shows why it's not amazing for Garen. Because if Samira just spaces it out and then chunks him out, it benefits Samira once the wave does arrive.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Maybe this time I'll play it like I would. In like a competitive game, because I feel like in solo queue the Garens are going to be a bit like what they're going to do at level 1 is going to change a lot. Last time I kind of walked up and tried to fight for push, even though I know there's no way that Garen's going to win the fight for push. So in competitive I would just not contest the push, and then you can kind of get the third wave crash and then come back with item advantage and try to prevent my crash. So the way you would do that is by trying to thin out my wave.
I accidentally took TP. I forgot to change it back.
That's okay.
Shouldn't really matter that much, hopefully.
Be bold. Be just. The scoundrel will pay. I will fight as long as I stand. Charge!
Nice. Only issue with that is it might push too quick, which is why I'm happy to take that. Let's go. No, I think you're okay.
I stand ready. For the muscle.
Okay, so now you could either reset, or I guess if you're staying, you're looking to do something different. But I would normally reset here because the main thing is
I don't have
that
any money.
it makes you avoid the jungle. Okay, if you don't have money, that's a CS issue.
The Q didn't Q. So I missed the cannon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keep faith in yourself.
Blocked it.
you can see I'm doing very much the same thing. Even though I'm Garen, I'm doing very much the same thing on my push that I was talking about. Like there, I just pushed you out of XP range on a creep. It's very, very big.
This world needs hope.
So ideally, you would be able to thin out my wave so that I can't get my crash. However, I don't think from your position you can do that.
I'm trying to deny your passive the entire time.
Yeah.
Not like it matters, but
Are the vanguard.
So I get my crash, and like now I'll just take the reset. I'm really happy to take this reset. So the timing of your crash was good this time, but then you didn't have enough gold. Practicing last hitting is literally a case of just that. You just practice last hit. Like there's not much else you can say about it.
no magic sauce.
Yeah. And here it's like now it's back into your time, and then you're trying to create another window where you get to do whatever you want, where you've got control. And on this one, if it goes this way, a lot of the time this might be grubs. It might be that you do grubs on this crash. Because you're going to be crashing in 2 waves time, which is going to be grub spawn. So there's an extra... I guess that comes into the roam option
Fear not. I'm coming.
when deciding what we're going to do. Oh, that minion didn't even die. I took that trade for XP on one of those creeps, but the creep didn't even die. Oh, where's that Q going?
I bring
Okay, you see after this next
Maybe.
wave, if you did 3 crash into recall, into comeback with item advantage, and then 3 crash this wave, you would be crashing this wave right as grubs spawn.
protect our land.
So I think grubs might be your best thing to do here, ordinarily. However, in this game, yeah. Okay, and now I'm starting my push.
The cursed villains.
And then pay attention to where I'm standing here. This is all stuff that you should be doing as the Samira as well.
Onward.
Right,
It's more threatening as a ranged top, to be honest.
right. Kind of stuck to the barrier at this point.
Yeah.
Fear is the first of many foes.
So why did I
Is it
take that
weird?
trade there?
It's his only off of XP, but it
Yeah.
didn't really die, did it?
No. But that was the intent. I was hoping my minions would kill the minions. But they didn't.
Never forget why. Fight.
Ow.
Why am I trading heavy now?
So you're pushing in.
Yep.
And you want to reset.
Yep. And now I'll take my reset. So it's very much like it's the same on a lot of champions. Now what could you look to do here? Do you remember from in the game?
Or backstop.
Yeah, you could have tried to stop my recall there. That would have been really, really good for you if you got it off. And do you see how, like, now you feel like you have to fast push and recall rather than do your really optimal slow push? Because otherwise, you're kind of fucked because your health's low. Because I got that trade-off before I
Which
reset.
denies you less XP.
Yep.
Oh, and you're gonna be a twat and not hit it and deny me the fucking plate.
I don't think there's any way I could like make it not deny the plate there either. And now I'm building this again, so I'm not entirely sure where you are, but I'm just going to be here. Okay, there you are. I'll go get this last hit, and then I'll come stand in your face and push you off this minion. I'll come push you off this one too, but it doesn't want to die. I just wasted my W, so maybe I can't. Maybe I can. I'll give it a go. Yeah, I pushed you off one. Hey, you're starting to deal a lot more damage now. Okay, nice. That's a good all-in then. Maybe I should build more armor as going into this matchup. But yeah, you found a window where you could kill me. That's really good.
Use W.
Yep. Yeah, I wasted W while trying to push you off XP. Okay, do you want to go one more time? You can be Samira again, and just try to...
Sure.
What I'd like you to do is get the third wave crash, get as much damage as me on you can while doing it, of course. And then reset and come back with either boots or longsword. I think both are completely fine. And then try to stop my crash. So there's two things you want to do there. One is thin the wave out, and the other is by thinning the wave out, get your level 4.
Right.
And then you can maybe try to fight me as I try to crash it. And maybe, like, if you can win, then you can win, and if you can't, you just have to let it crash. But you have to make that decision to try to break my crash. And this time I think I will actually not build full damage on Garen. I think it's probably better to build defensive on Garen into ADC top.
Keep faith in yourself.
Now, sometimes the enemy champ might be fairly strong in like an early all-in. So to get control, you might want to use your barrier
Be bold.
to get, because once you've got level 2 and the enemy's level 1, they can't really approach you.
Right.
And then you can use that to get the level 3, and then you can use that to get the crash.
Right.
So for example,
Minion spawn.
like a... it needs to be someone who's got a gap closer to actually get on you.
Connecting.
Yeah, maybe like an E-start Renekton, right? Yeah, he might dash on you. You can just barrier and fight him through the barrier,
Right. Right.
and then use that to get control of the lane.
Mm-hmm.
Minions have spawned.
So long for minions to arrive.
What? Why does it have to be this warm, man?
I know, it's so long.
It's so
I
stupid.
stand ready.
I think that might be a little quick.
Shape the future.
We'll see. Yeah, I think you're orping too much right now. I get that you're going for your level 2, but I think you just get a second wave crash now, which I'm happy with.
Must never waver.
So there is a component where it's like,
You fucking kidding me?
right, there's like a patience component.
Well, how can I zone you off the wave by dealing damage to you and the wave, without dealing damage to you and the wave?
Because you, like, I already wasn't contesting the push. If I was contesting the push, then yeah, but we can swap round again, and I can give you another example.
This world needs hope.
But you know.
Why did I E that wave there?
Good question.
Forge onward.
I'm trying to stop you getting the crash.
Fair enough.
Because if you have a stacked wave, I can't stop it. Whereas if you just have one wave, I can stop it. And now you're stuck in lane. And you're vulnerable to the jungle. What the fuck? The dodge predict.
Get why we fight. Fear is the first of many foes. I bring
Oops.
justice.
Okay, so let's swap around. Because we weren't able to get it off. But it's okay, this is good. This is the stuff you want to be practicing in your games. Because I've not really covered it yet, but a big part of the reason that this is so ideal is not just for your 1v1, it's because it perfectly plays around the jungle as well. Let me be Samira. Change my runes.
You want style? You found her.
So yeah, just you'll get a feel for how fast it's going to push the more times you try it, based on like how much you auto the wave. The important thing, so like what you're asking before, is like there comes a point where kind of no matter what, you're going to get level 2 before me, and at that point you no longer need to rush for it. You know, you can just let it come to you. So I'll try to talk about that if I get to that position.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And now we wait for the minions.
I never go out of style.
Once again. Put some elevator music over top of it.
Minions spawn.
32 fucking degrees.
Jesus, that is hot.
33 actually, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. And tomorrow's gonna be 29, and then it's gonna be 22 because it's gonna rain. I can't wait for that, I'm not gonna lie.
Life's simple. Take the shot or lose the chance.
Can I? Is that a thing that I can do?
I mean, you can.
Is it a good thing?
See
though?
here, like, so here I'm not autoing the wave because you haven't autoed it at all yet. So there's no way it's going to push towards me.
The Empire values strength. I value style. We're good partners. Only need one eye to
Look at
get
the
Maybe I
action.
pushed too fast, actually. I guess if the enemy... No, it should be fine. If the enemy does literally nothing to the wave, then a lot of the time it is going to push quite quickly. Like here, you got 0 hits on the wave. I also could have slowed down a bit and identified that you're doing that.
others bullets. Why not both?
You'll see on the replay, like on the recording actually, I kind of lagged quite bad there. But the point is, this trade, I'm really happy with this trade because I'm resetting now.
I wanted to jump in and clear the wave, but I didn't know if that was like.
Okay, yeah,
tell me or
I
not,
should be
so.
ready to punish if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just autopilot
Well.
recalling. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you do that, I just kill you.
Right.
I just wasn't there because
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to do it with you there.
I was disrespectful and I just let you. But like here, it's the same situation, right? And then I recall, I get my items. I come back. It's kind of scary for you now.
People always ask
Well,
You
I'm
might
Garen,
be,
so.
as Garen, you might be tempted to fast push here, but so that you can actually get a reset off, but also you have TP.
Simple as that.
I'm not Garen.
Yeah, you're Garen too. Actually, you are going to go full healthy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not really a big deal. I feel like Garen might be like one of the... There's probably better champions to illustrate it with.
I'm the road that survived the desert.
You see here, I'm trying to break your push. And now you're in quite an awkward situation.
Get the cannon! I got the cannon! Fuck yes. I got the cannon.
So yeah, that's an example of getting my reset and then coming back and trying to break your push. So I'm hitting the minions a lot when I come back. And that's because I feel a lot stronger than you with my item advantage. I feel like I can try and break your push. And
No,
then
I have
fight
item
you off the
advantage,
whip.
so fight me, motherfucker.
Die while I'm gone.
Okay, you're trying to freeze. It's fine.
Thrilling. Ha! Maybe I'll get a tattoo to celebrate.
So when you try to freeze here, I don't panic. I just recognize that it turns back into the old situation where now it's a slow push.
Alright, 6.
Yep.
It's fine, I'm Garen.
Yeah, you do kind of just live with the double cloth armor.
It's goaded.
But at the end of the day, like my plan in regards to the wave was just to turn it into... Okay, well that's annoying. Oh, the Bluetooth auto. Okay, well,
Bluetooth auto!
I kind of fucked up there. But again, my Samira is not great. But you see the concept, right? And how the difficulty with that is kind of
Gals and other pals.
the last thing to talk about as I leave this is not running TP, right? You TP'd back and you have quite an advantage, and I have to try to fix that. And also, Garen's a champion. Not a lot of champions can do what you did as Garen there, where you literally just walk into the wave and press E. So
Yeah,
against a lot of champions, it's going to look a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, it is Garen at the end of the day.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so we've got trying
Hold up, I'm
to play lane.
I'm playing the wave to pad my stats. Make me look better.
Trying to play early lane to get third wave crash, reset, and try to break enemy crash. With this, we've got the level 2 pressure and then the level 3 pressure, and not pushing too quickly. From there, our playstyle becomes slow push 3 waves while denying as many minions as possible. Ward river on slow push, because that's where you're going to get ganked from, and it's on your push that you're going to get ganked. And then once we crash, plates, roam, reset. Decide which of these is best.
Right.
From there, we've got the early lane in, we've got trying to break enemy crashes. Bear in mind that if at any point you do, like if an enemy tries to fast push and you feel like you can break the crash, do you remember there was the 2 places where it's good to fight?
Yeah.
just like as we are crashing, there's that one, and then there's near our tower
Right.
if the wave is small. So if they're trying to crash like a fast push instead of slow pushing, you can try to look to break it and fight them with your barrier, especially if you've got item advantage.
Right.
And then mid late, just focus on shoving side wave and grouping to practice team fighting. Then as for some exercises,
Right.
I think practicing CSing is going to be really important.
They're gonna put me on a like an hour-long practice tool with Soraka. No items.
Just play Samira,
Fair
because
enough.
that's what you're going to be playing. And then there's one I can show you quickly. There's one that I think will be really helpful.
I think you've already showed me the website. Is it the dodging one?
No, it's nothing to do with any website. It's just in Practice Tool.
Oh, all right.
Everything that I would practice would be in Practice Tool. Practicing CSing. Practice. There we go.
England is hard.
It definitely is. If you go like this,
Right.
You want style? You found her.
there's two more things that I think would be really good to practice
Mm-hmm.
in Practice Tool.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
This is like the upgraded last hitting
I've
training.
got 2 rules for everything.
Right.
Minion spawn.
Don't ask
You wait
for
till the minions are here,
Don't ask for forgiveness.
and what you do is you put a target dummy like, I don't know, here or somewhere.
Huh?
And I'll show you what we're gonna do. And then I'll show you the other
Right.
practice thing that we're gonna do. There's two practice things. Okay. So first one, we're just gonna last it,
Every girl.
and while there's no minions to last it, so like now, we're just gonna go like this. And practice dropping the aggro into the bush. And then as soon as there's a minion to last it, we're gonna go and last it.
You're mine.
And now there's no minions, so I'm gonna go like this. And then get this one. It's like that one walked all the way into Narnia, so I missed it. And I missed that one by being bad. Oops. But yeah, I'm trying to talk while doing it, which is throwing me off a bit. But you see the concept, it's like
Uh-huh.
you're trying to multitask the last hitting and the
Mm-hmm.
Only need one eye to
The
hit
harassing.
my mark.
and you just keep doing this on all three of the first waves.
Push off.
Then I clear the dummy. Where is clear dummy? There we go. Then we're going to put another one here, and we're going to look to let the tower shoot, and then auto. So like that. And we get a free auto.
Right.
Last
I'm
person I know.
I'm surprisingly good at this on Yone for no reason whatsoever.
Okay.
But on other champions, I struggle with this a lot more. I don't know why Yone specifically I can do this, but I'm familiar with it.
You see how I'm just not getting hit by the tower? Even though I'm fairly short range, I'm never getting...
Right.
Empire
Tower
has
shot.
strength.
Right, because if you shoot it a little bit earlier, it does shoot at you because it has a shot ready.
Yeah. Oops. So there I'll get shot,
Right.
but this time
Now you
I won't
shoot
get
it,
shot.
yeah.
I'll get aggro and it'll yell at me, but it won't shoot.
Yeah.
So that's the third thing to practice in Practice Tool. Because while you're getting your plates, you can do that as well.
Right.
So you've got practicing CSing, you've got practicing CSing while harassing, and then you've got practicing harassing between tower shots. So
Right.
there's a fair bit to think about and practice there until next
Uh-huh.
week.
Hell yeah.
You got any questions or points
No.
to discuss or anything?
No, and if I think of something, I'll know.
Okay,
No stress.
cool. All right. Thank you
Alright.
for that. I hope
Thank
you had
you very
fun,
much.
and I will
I did.
see you for the next one next week.
Yeah. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.